Hey guys, welcome back to Comic Book Corner. I'm your host, Gear Up 260, and we're back with our second unboxing for today. This first book was actually brought to me by Louis Philippe, and he was really excited because he has two copies that he got from the same person. And when I went to work on the books to press and clean them, I noticed that the staples were severely rusted, and some of the rust was starting to migrate onto the center fold, unfortunately. So what I suggested to Louis Philippe was to maybe replace the staples and try to clean the residue from the center fold. So luckily, we actually were able to find a book from the same era. I found some Batman Adventures books from the 90s, some issues that were not really worth much money, and I was able to replace the staples and clean the rust migration, and we still got a blue label because the staples replacement was undetected by CGC, and came back a 9.6. Very, very happy for Louis Philippe because I believe with the rusted staples, it would have been very hard to even attain a 9. So this is the second book from the same collection that also had staples replaced, both top and bottom. We were actually thinking that this book would grade higher because the other book had a little bit of color rub, but exactly. And yet this book got the 9.4 and the other book got the 9.6. So you never know with CGC sometimes. What we may think doesn't necessarily match what they think. So here we have another book as well for Louis Philippe. This one is from 1988, Dark Horse Comics, Aliens #1. I believe this is the first full comic appearance of Aliens. So very cool to have a 9.6 on that. It's pretty tough to get a 9.8 with this particular cover because it's completely black, and all black covers easily show any spine ticks or defects. So 9.6 is pretty good for that. Here we have Nintendo of America Inc. This is an included insert that came with Nintendo Power 111. It's the first issue collector's edition Pokemon. Some consider this as the first Pokemon comic book. Now, again, it was just an insert, and it's very, very hard to get a high-grade copy. I didn't check the census to say this is there are no 9.8s or anything higher than a certain grade, but I'm pretty sure that anything tougher than or higher than a 9 would be very, very difficult to attain on this particular book. So congrats again to Louis Philippe for his 8.0. Next we have something a bit more modern. It's a metal cover. We were kind of hoping to get at least a 9.9 or maybe even a 10 on that metal cover. But unfortunately, CGC was able to find some flaws with the book. So we got a 9.8, which is still great if you think about it. I would have loved to give a 9.9 to our friend down in Florida, Mr. Ian, but he's gonna have to settle for a 9.8. Then we have a nice Star Wars #1. This one, I believe, who does that belong to? Really trying to recall. Yeah, hard to say from memory, but they did get a nice 5.0 on their Star Wars #1. They did get, I think it's Peter, actually. Peter K. Got an 8.0 on his X-Men 136. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. And also got a few 9.8s. So this was a convention exclusive here in Montreal, actually, for Montreal Comic Con. And it's the Mel Brooks exclusive Virgin Edition. Congrats again to Peter for that one. He also gave me a Spider-Gwen #1 from 2015, sorry. And a 9.8, always great to get those. Congrats again, Peter. And then we have another metal cover for our man in Florida, none other than Ian. So I believe these are going to be a surprise for his wife, and I'm pretty sure she's going to love those. They look pretty awesome. What do we have next? After that, we have, oh wow, another one for Louis Philippe. Unfortunately, I would have loved to get him a 9.8 on this particular book, but it got a 9.6, unfortunately, for reasons undisclosed. I'm just taking a quick peek to see if I missed something. Oh yeah, okay. So there's a staple tear in the back. I'll see if I can show it to you guys. Yeah, right there you can see top staple crease. So that tiny, well, it's not tiny, but that crease knocked it down to a 9.6 because it breaks color. There's not much I could do for color breaks, unfortunately. I could try to press your book and I could try to get all the creases out, but if there's a color break, that's the doom. Here we have Amazing Spider-Man 607. He had multiple copies of this book, and we decided not to get this one signed because we weren't confident enough that it would hit a 9.8, and we were right. It got a 9.6. However, the book we sent in to get signed by Campbell did come back a 9.8. So very happy for that. For, again, Louis Philippe. Congrats on that decision. Next, we have this beautiful Canadian price variant for Secret Wars 8. Very nice copy. Presents very well. I'm surprised it only got a 7.5 actually. Wow. Really, really wow. Might be worth resubmitting this particular book. I'm gonna have to double check the grader's notes, but it seems like a very, very, very low grade to me. Next we have a companion book, which is respectable 9.4. I mean, I don't know what happened to the other one, but 9.4 is very nice for the first black costume appearance in ASM. Amazing Spider-Man. Next, we have another book for Peter, which was Star Wars #4. Very nice. That is part 4 of the, adaptation to the movie, and features the death of Obi-Wan, of course. Very nice, 9.0. Congrats, Peter, on that. Then we have a few more books remaining for this particular submission. Man, they make it really tough to get these out. Wow, okay. So, another one for Louis Philippe. Catwoman, #74. From 2008. Again, 9.6. Really tough. I find that DC during the late 80s and late 90s and early 2000 didn't have the best print quality. So we have here in the back some color rub, and unfortunately that's enough to get you a 9.6 instead of a 9.8. Again, man, it's a fine line between a 9.6 and a 9.8, guys. Unfortunately, it doesn't take much to drop down to a 9.6. here we have one of the nicest covers that came out in 2024. Pretty cool. Features Doctor Doom in disguise. So disguised as the Maker, which is quite intriguing. I didn't actually read this book yet. I haven't had a chance to, but I heard that it's a fantastic read. I have to get to that one day. It is on my to-read list. And this one belongs to none other than Ollie. Congrats, Ollie, on that 9.8. Ollie gave me quite a few moderns to grade for him a couple of months ago, and I'm glad to say that they all came back 9.8. That was Absolute Batman #1. I believe that was the one in 25 or the one in 50. He also gave me Absolute Batman foil edition for Jim Lee. That's a very nice one. This book is still trending. It's still very, very, very hot. Whoever picked up first print copies, congratulations. Here we have the Batman foil insignia cover. I've seen some of these signed in the Batman logo, and it looks pretty darn cool. I never thought of that, and I didn't even bother to pick up the logo variant, thinking one day maybe I could get that signed. That was a smart move, man. Then we have the foil edition to cover A, of course. Another great grab. Congrats to Oliver, or as we like to call him, Ollie. We have one more for you, another 9.8, and that's the all-in special that Comic Legion was actually selling week of release for $3 each. Thank you, Comic Legion. You guys are the best. These guys were selling these at $3 each, and they allowed up to 3 claims per customer, and I cannot believe this is selling for $100 graded easy, easy, easy. Thank you, Comic Legion, for that gift. Next we have, oh, another one for Ollie. Damn, that's a nice cover too, by Hodges. Very cool, very cool. I have one of these myself, but haven't graded it yet. Another 9.8 for you, Mr. Oliver. Bam. Next, we have, oh, one of my books, finally. Picked this up as well from Comic Legion. And it came back at 9.8. Very happy with that. Thank you. This one is going in my pile. And what's the last one here? Oh, yeah, that one is mine as well. Pretty cool John Byrne cover from back in the 90s. Oh, not even, 1989. So, pretty cool. Love that. She-Hulk cover. Always got that comedic twist to it. And yeah, I think I might hold on to this one for myself. And that's it for this unboxing. Pretty good books in here. Nice mix of some copper and some moderns. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. We got one more unboxing coming up, and I believe that one is going to be some magazines.